Right, so today we're going to talk about money, making money for the sake of making money. Now, it's a little bit different to the other ones I've done like this before, because usually I tell you that's not what we're going to do. Why I'm doing this video a bit differently is because a lot of people might start to get the feeling that I'm against making money, which I'm not. Right? I'm all for it. I can't manage what you don't create. And you do need money to live your best life. It's as simple as that. We just want to try and reverse the thought process from it's all about money to we've got to put purpose behind our money. Same as property. A lot of people think we're against property. We're not. We love property. It's just we go hard in the opposite direction to try and bring people back to an equilibrium, right? For property and shares and stuff like that, most people just all property, all property, all property. That's the way we've been born and raised. So we go the other way to try and bring back an equilibrium. Secondarily to that, on the front of the making money for the sake of making money, that's how most people think. So we talk completely in the opposite to try and bring it back. But today's video is going to have a little different spin on it from me because I want to make sure that you understand that I'm not just completely against that. So we know that the best way to get ahead is to make money and to invest your money in line with purposes, right? I don't care what age you are. If you can get your head around that and you know what your purpose and your goals are, doing stuff around that is going to be the most beneficial thing to you tenfold forever. However, there is a caveat to that. And the caveat is that a lot of people don't know what they want to do. So I generally have a rule. If you are, I should say one more time, mate. I generally have a rule that if you are 25 or under, that's okay to make money for the sake of making money because you're still figuring shit out, right? The reason I say 25 and under and not 30 and under is that 5 years from 25 to 30 should really be the time frame on, and I don't want to put time frames on anyone. You could find your passion at 50 or whatever, but that's really the time frame where you should start getting your ass into gear and starting to focus on where I've had a bit of experience now. We're talking 5, 7, maybe 10 years of work experience doing stuff. You should at least know what you're good at, right? It doesn't have to be what you love, but it should be at least know what you're good at or what you're good at making money from. And you should just start going down that path because if you wait till you're 50 to find your passion, yeah, sure, passion's important. That's 100% important, right? But being able to do it for 10, 15 years and then getting money pressures, that's not going to make it fun. It's going to kill your passion. So if you can take the pressure off yourself financially from an early age, it's going to allow your brain to be more creative and allow you to do more things that you like affordably while staying on track financially. So the stress is not there because financial stress is the biggest impactor to most goals, right? So if we can get ahead of that from 25 to 30, that's where you really should be getting on the ball and going, okay, I don't know what I want to do, but I'm good at this. Let's make some money here and then keep figuring that other shit out later. It's going to help you long-term 100%. So, but under 25, if you do know what you want to do and can you align your money with purpose before 25, that's great. That's even better. But if you can't, it's not the end of the world, right? At that point, say 17, 18, if you just start investing, then it doesn't matter. Like very simple, use ETFs or you can afford a property or whatever. You start investing for the sake of making money, you're going to be better off than people like me, who by the time I was 25, I was a fucking drug addict and doing criminal shit, right? That's really what you're going to do, right? Like you'll get ahead making money for the sake of making money at that point, but then you've got to switch it from 25 to a bit of a purpose-driven thing from them. Up until that point, invest in whatever you want, take a bit of risk, do this, do that, this and that, all that stuff, right? So that's what I want to say today is making money for the sake of making money for under 25s, that's fine. And I'm not talking about just getting a job, making money and spending. I'm saying investing, right? If you go out and get a high-paying job and just blow it up to 25, you're not going to be in any better position, right? So investing wise, just starting to invest instead of saving, you should really from 15 to 20 really be building on your saving pattern and your habits. And then from 20 to 25, you should be starting to invest. And it doesn't really matter what just you can get advice or you can Google shit or you can read books or listen to podcasts and ETFs are a great way to start. Just start investing. People like to think, I don't want to take risks, but the human psyche tells us that I'm going to take risks later on, right? When I'm better at something, I'll take risk in 30 years. I want to set a foundation first, but it's not wrong, but it's a little bit backwards when you think about it, because if I'm 20, right, and I do something for 5 years and I fail, I've still got forever. I've still got 35 years to make something work. the risk of failing when you're younger is far less impactful than the risk of failing when you're older. Because if I then spend that 5 years from 35 to 40 to try and do something a bit riskier and I failed and I lose everything, I've got a lot more to lose then and I lose it all, I'm going to start again at 40. That gives me 20 years. That's just dropped 15 years off for the same thing, right? So that risk taking, that money for the sake of making money, you can do it between 20 and 25, 100%. But to break it down, that's sort of what I think, right? From 15 to 20, we should be learning our savings patterns and our habits and having a really good time, but learning will delay gratification and put money aside for these kind of things. From 2025, as long as you got your savings built up, start with 5-10 grand. From 2025, you should be investing. You should just start investing, right? Unless you're ahead of the game, you know exactly what you want to do and you can invest further. But just start investing, get that ball rolling, get that ball turning. And then from 25 up is when you start. 25 to 30 should really be aligning purpose. Right? Do I want to buy a home? Do I want to travel? Do I want to do this, that, whatever? So that's a bit of feedback for you guys. A bit of alternative thinking or a bit of, that's the next video, but a bit of a switcheroo on how I usually talk. And then hope that gives you some clarity to how I think. I'm starting to see a lot more under 25-year-olds, but the majority of my clients are about 30. So we're always talking about that purpose-driven stuff. For you young ones out there, there's a good reason. And for any of you that are investing for the sake of making money for the sake of making money, and you're over that 25, you need to really reconsider because you're going to run out of time before that money just becomes another zero in the bank, taking too much risk, and it's not aligned to anything. So, all right, that's that one for today. Peace out, fam.